Oh shit. Johnny Cashville just roasted the baddest dude on the face of the earth. Oh my god. He has discovered Mr. Durkee. Oh yes. Oh my god. He said them folks on there scamming, and I was like, yeah, they definitely love to scam. Shit. I mean, how else are you gonna get money to afford all this stuff, man? Those baseball cards and four wheelers and laptop computers and all those drugs everybody says he does, and the ones he puts up his nose and supposedly, allegedly shoots into his veins. They don't buy themselves. They don't pay for themselves. The man's got to have money somehow or another. He can't help it. He scams. He don't scam. His ex-girlfriend's the one that scammed all them damn people. He does not do that. Now, maybe, now, this is from recently now, so, but his mama was on there, so it had to have been his mama doing that, because Mr. Durkee don't scam. He's done told us this many times on that live feed. And we know this because, the ones of us that are actually real true fans of Mr. Durkee like that, we know he doesn't scam. Now, his mama may have scammed for him, but she probably felt like she didn't have no other alternative but to go on there and to scam, because she was trying to get him some money so he could buy him some baseball cards and, and some more stuff to go up, up there and whatever else people accuse the man of doing. I don't know. But I do know one thing, that Durkee does not scam. He does not. He has told us this many, many times. And has also assured us that the only thing he comes online to do is one thing and one thing only, and that is to tell the truth. Now, you listen to people like Scooter Baggins, the sideways talkers and haters. Now, they'll tell you that Mr. Durkee is a scammer and a liar and a thief and a junkie, a junk box. But we know that is not true. Oh, no. Well, there may be just a little bit of truth to it. Maybe a little bit. But, like he ain't that bad. Like, he ain't coming online and passing out like some other folks have lately. I'll just say that. So he ain't quite that bad. At least he tries to make it apparent, make it appear like he's not on like that. Except when he gets in full-on fundraising mode. Now, when Mr. Durkee gets in full-on fundraising mode, all bets are off. Like, they'll throw up the GoFundMes, the Cash App gets promoted like every 5 seconds. And, he really has to have money, and he'll be selling stuff left and right. And the only problem with that is Mr. Durkee always intends to make good on the things he sells. Like, he'll collect the money, and then, his mom, of course, it's always his mom that has the problem now. Because Mr. Durkee don't have no problems. He don't have no issues. He don't scam nobody, and he don't rip nobody off. He always mails the stuff out. His mama will go down to the post office to mail out the items that he sold after he collects the money, of course. And every time she goes down there to that post office, she forgets to put the correct zip code on there. Every time. Every last time. Then that's the first try to send it out. And it's his mom's fault. It's not his fault. It's usually her. She usually forgets to put the correct zip code on there or the correct address. Usually it's the zip code, I think. But on attempt number 2 to mail out the item that the person's bought from him, it's always that dagburn Bim post office's fault over there in West Virginia. Now, it may be the best Virginia as far as states go, but it is the worst Virginia as far as post offices go. There ain't not a damn thing that boy ever mails out of that post office ever makes it to his, intended location. It never does. Every damn time it's either returned to sender because of incorrect information, or not enough postage, or maybe it just didn't get sent. Now, wait a minute. Now, I'm getting a little ahead of myself there. Of course it was sent, of course, because, again, we've established this, been well established that Durkee does not lie. And he fully intends to make good on anything he sells. But the package never makes it there. Scooter, how do you explain this? Man, it don't make no sense. And I know you say your mama always puts the wrong stuff on there, but why don't you put the right thing on there since you're the one selling it instead of making your mama do it? I just don't make no sense. But again, though, he has assured us though that but he never does though, and he always says that it's not his fault. It's always somebody else's. Used to be it was Shayna's fault. Now Shayna's out of the picture now, so it's always his mama's fault. And he always gets the money though, but he never mails out the damn item. But when this man orders something of his own, it always makes it there. Hell, I done been over this many times, and he does. He always gets it. He always gets his prized possession baseball cards and all his four-wheeler lug nuts and things of that nature. You get my drift. And those car parts he's always ordering. Oh, yeah, he always gets his car parts, of course. Especially when he was living over in Virginia and his mama was mailing him his car parts every month. He always got them car parts and lug nuts in the mail, But every time he mails something out to a customer, it never makes it there. Scooter, why is that? How come you can't never get it over there like that? You know what? I suspect that you're doing all this on purpose to draw out the haters, because you want to see how many real true fans you really have. And I'm on to that. And you see, me, the weak link, I'm a real true fan. I really am. And I believe you fully intend to do the right thing and make right on these things, and you'll always mail these things out. And I just know that those the fella that was in your live feed a couple days ago asking about where his baseball cards were that you was supposed to be sending him, I just know that they're in the mail and he's going to get them any day now. I know he is. I know he is. Except for nobody ever gets anything they order from you, except for that one dude, that one guy named Rick that ordered 2 shirts from you, and it took him like a couple of years. Allegedly took him a couple of years to get the first one. In the second one, it took him like damn near a year. I mean, come on, man, what in the world? Now, of course, that was his mom's fault. The first time he tried to mail it, it was Shayna's fault, because she put the wrong address on there. And then another time, it might have been his mama's fault. Now, not to say anything like bad about his mama now, but, she's getting on up there in age, and, her eyesight may not be as good as it once was, and she probably just copied down the address wrong, of course, is what he's going to say, but the fella finally did get it after everybody kind of stayed on him about it, kept asking him about it for months, and he did pay Emily back, the girl from, 2020 that he, took, $60 from to buy something in there and never mailed it out, and then finally, a year and a half later, he did pay her back. He did. Even though his mama was the one giving the money to pay her back, he still paid her back. So, you got to give that credit for something. But so he didn't rip them people off. It just took him a long time to get it there, Now, normally you would send something like that out within a week or two, or refund the money within a week or two. But Mr. Durkee does not work on normal, on normal human time frames. He works on his own time frame. He has his own way of doing things, Look, Scooter, I can't make this look good. Dude, it looks bad as hell, man. Johnny Cashfield was on there today just clowning the hell out of you for y'all for getting on there and damn ripping folks off and stuff. Why you always need money? You was on there asking for money just a couple weeks ago about something. You was on there asking, and you was asking for money like for your mama or something, but of course the money had to be sent directly to your Cash App. It makes you think, though, if your mama needed money, wouldn't they send the money to her account? But no, of course, because he'd say, oh, she don't have one. They sent it to mine because mom needed the money and she just used my Cash App. I don't really believe that. But, then again, of course I believe that. Of course I do. Of course. He would never lie about these things. But you do this all the time. Every so often, there's always just some emergency where you just got to have money and you got to have it in your Cash App right away. And it's usually a couple $100 or somewhere, we're talking a lot like big money, but more than $20, $50, $100, $200, and this has been going on for quite a while now. I ain't ever known nobody that had so many emergencies as you do, man. My goodness. But hey, he does, though. He has emergencies all the time. Very, very important emergencies that he has to have money in his Cash App for. But it don't look good. The whole optics of it is just, it's all off. It's just bad. It's all bad. Because people accuse you of scamming like that. Scooter Baggins and the haters, they come on there and accuse you of scamming and taking stuff. And now Johnny Cashfield done put out a video. You know how many followers that man's got? He got 20,000, dude. Shit, he got twice as many as even Durkee, man. He way more than I do. I just do this for fun, I ain't that, and I ain't famous or anything like that. That dude, he's buddies with Upchurch and some of them other rappers and stuff. So people know who he is, but that, and he's a funny dude, but I don't know, man. It just don't look good, Scooter. It really don't. Have you been scamming folks again? Now, I ain't saying you have, but I'm just asking a question. Now, have you been scamming folks again? Have you? Because if you have now, that's fucked up, man. You just tried to make it right a while back by paying that one girl back from 2 years ago. And the other one, of course, you said you couldn't find. Even though somebody found her Cash App and sent it to you or tried to, but of course that he still maintains that he cannot find the other lady's information to send her money back, and that's all there is to it. But I don't know, though. But I was watching that Johnny Cashfield video, and I was laughing my ass off because it's kind of funny, but and I was thinking, I was like, damn, is that dude is he up no good again? Is he on there scamming? I'm not, surely not. Surely he isn't, but it sure kind of seemed that way a couple of weeks ago when I seen y'all on there asking for money and asking for donations again. I don't know. Because, I mean, for somebody that has all this money to constantly be buying all these new baseball cards and, and all this other stuff you always buying, and guitars and guns and all this other stuff, you sure do ask for money a lot on the internet. I mean, if it was me, I probably just wouldn't be buying the baseball cards. And, some of them new packs of new baseball cards are expensive. I mean, a cheap pack's like $30. Some of them ones he gets probably upwards of $100, at least the way he talks. I mean, like them hobby boxes and shit, those ain't cheap, man. Some of the ones that have like the specialty, like autograph cards and shit like that, those ain't cheap, man. It would make sense, like to most people, they just would quit buying those for a while and use that money they would normally spend on their baseball cards and their lug nuts and their tot and all that other shit y'all always talk about buying or whatever. But apparently Scooter can't go without his baseball cards, and he certainly can't go without his lug nuts and his car parts. We'll call them. That's kind of his code word for whatever it is people accuse him of doing, putting up that nose of his and putting in them veins. Again, I ain't saying this is what his haters and his trolls say, and his detractors, but I suspect there's just a little bit of truth to some of that, at least, maybe a lot. But, I don't know. I seen that video from Cashville earlier, and that got me thinking, if you've been up to no good again there, have you been scamming people there, Mr. Durkee? Because if you have, that ain't right, man. My God. That dude's video is pretty damn funny, though. He's under talking about, he said your mama sounded like she's been smoking 100 damn packs of Marlboros or some shit a day, man. Like, damn. I was like, whoa. Said she had, sound like she using a voice box. I was like, oh, shit, I done heard that one before now. Rustin used to call her, what was that? He called her voice box Bo or something. I was like, man, oh, no, man. They talking about your mama on there, dude. No way. You can't talk about Mama Boo that way. Well, I guess apparently they can, and they did. I mean, it's kind of funny. But, hey, now, wait a minute now. This is this man's mama now. This is very serious here. Them fighting words for him. He was on his live feed last night, and he said that any hater that wants to come and get a piece of him, he said, come on up there to that Boone County Coal Festival. And he said, he'll show you what for. He's a lean, mean jaw-cracking machine, and he'll crack that down jaw into 15 pieces. He will. Any sideways talker want to step to him. Any one of them except for Scooter Baggins. He will not have anything to do with Scooter Baggins at all. I mean, hell, that man ran all the way to Denver, the east coast of Virginia last year to get away from Scooter Baggins and that, the rumble with the mumble they were calling it last July 30th. Apparently on July 29th, Mr. Durkee and his ex-girlfriend, Shanae, they hopped on a train and took off and hightailed it and packed all their shit and hightailed it to Virginia to her place. And stayed there for quite a while, for about 6 months probably, till the end of the year, till Mr. Durkee went to jail and got arrested allegedly for smacking her in front of her child, and they were arguing over medication, we'll say. Over medication. But he wanted to do more of it, and she didn't want him to, so she hid it, and apparently they was arguing over it. Allegedly, now, this is all alleged, this is what the neighbor said, and they got to arguing, and struggle ensued, and he ended up smacking her, and the cops came, and then he didn't get in trouble for it, because she didn't show up for court, and charges ended up getting dropped, and he got lucky, and and here we are. But long story short, he ran from Scooter Baggins, and he said he is not going to fight Scooter Baggins, but anybody else, any other one of you boys come up there, he said, come on up there to the Boone County Coal Festival and meet the Boone County Bandit in person. And by God, he will crack your jaw into 17 pieces. I don't know. I might get the hell off here. I gotta go to bed. But I seen that Johnny Cashville video, and it got me thinking. I'm like, damn it, is he back to scamming folks again? Is old scamming Scooter done returned? Is that what's going on? Or are these other people just haters and they're just jealous of you, Dirk? That's what I think it is. That everybody's just jealous of you. They wish they could live your life. They wish they could sit around all day and open packs of baseball cards and play on the internet, on the live stream, and ride the four-wheeler in the woods and play around in the woods all day. I mean, hell, it'd be nice, but, kind of, but, you'd be broke because you wouldn't have no job and you wouldn't be working. And you'd be kind of living off your mama and all that, And for some of us, that's kind of impossible because, our parents don't alive anymore. But, I don't know. It kind of be sad and pathetic, but at the same time, for a day or two, it might be kind of nice just lay around the house and play on the internet and, pretend like you're 13 years old again and go playing in the woods on the four-wheeler and getting all big into baseball cards and football cards and all that good shit, maybe take a little break from reality of being an adult for a day or two and, drift on back to childhood for a day or two. It might be nice for a day or two, just for a day or two. But to really live that life, like, permanently, like, yeah, that's, it's kind of sad. Like, you got to get out in the world and make a life for yourself and earn a living. But this Scooter, though, he don't do that. And I ain't talking about Scooter Baggins. We talking about Scooter Wayne here. He's going to do what he's going to do, and he's going to live how he wants to live. And, hey, right on there, Mr. Durkee. You do whatever the hell you got to do, and you enjoy your baseball cards, and you have a good time at that Boone County Coal Festival, because I doubt any haters will show up, and if they do, yeah, he'll be like, I didn't say that. Who the hell are you? Get the hell away from me before I call the cops. Because Mr. Durkee is one thing. He will call the law on somebody. He ain't afraid to do that. He even called law on a damn prank phone caller a couple of damn years ago. And live streamed it. But, that's a different story for a different day and time. But, oh, well, I got to get off here. Y'all go check out that Johnny Cashville video if you haven't seen it. It's pretty funny. It's the one he posted tonight. But, I don't know. Y'all have a good night, folks. See ya.